Hello everyone, here is Amandeep Verma, your business studies teacher. I hope that you all are fine and fit. In the previous video, as you know, that you have seen the introduction of the business studies, that what is the business studies, what is the importance of this subject, what we will learn in this subject. So now we are going to start with our curriculum, with our syllabus, with the first chapter of the business studies, that is what business, trade and commerce, evolution and fundamentals of the business. So we will discuss this chapter in detail. So the first topic in this chapter is what? It is human activities. So what are the human activities that we will learn here? That what are the various types of the human activities? The first is economic activity, second is non-economic activity. Okay, so the first activity which I am going to explain you, that is the economic activities. What are the economic activities? Like in our normal life, we all are doing so many types of the economic activities. Like as you are seeing this picture. In this picture, what the teacher is doing, a teacher is teaching in a class. It means that teacher is doing the economic activity, because for teaching the students, the teacher is getting what? He is getting salary. It means that he is doing which activity? He is doing economic activity. In the same way, you will learn so many examples in this point, like this. In this circle, there are so many examples which we can give for the economic activities of the business. Like first is driver driving a car, this is the first. Then teacher teaching in a school, shopkeeper sells goods in his shop, a doctor earns money by treating his patients, a worker earns salary for working in the office, and so on. It means these all activities are the economic activities. How we can say these are economic activities? Because ultimately the aim of doing these activities is what? To earn maximum profit. So this was the definition of what? The economic activities. So children, next point is what? Next is the non-economic activities. What are the non-economic activities? Like those activities which we are doing just for our peace of mind. We don't have any purpose of earning something. We are doing these activities just for the sympathy, just for the human values, just for the patriotism, just for the sentiments, religion and affection. I mean to say that the main objective is, the activities are only to provide free services to the people. I mean to say that you will not charge anything from them, just you want to provide them the services for your inner peace of the mind. For example, there is a blind woman on the road, she wants to cross the road, and a boy helping that blind woman to cross the road. It means this is which activity? It is the non-economic activity. In the same way, if a teacher is there who is teaching his son at home, this is which activity? It is the non-economic activity. A student praying in the temple for good marks in the test, this is which activity? It is the non-economic activities. A housewife is washing clothes for her family, this is which activity? Economic, non-economic activities. So out of these all examples, you can choose according to you any 3 to 4 examples, and you can give those examples for the non-economic activities. As even you are seeing in the picture also, this picture you can see where a boy is helping an old man to cross the road. It means he will not charge anything from the old man. This boy is not doing anything for his own benefit. He is just doing this for the peace of the mind. So that's why he is doing which activity? This is the non-economic activity. So I hope that this example it's very much clear to you, in which you are seeing that what this boy is doing, this is which activity? This is like a non-economic activity. So the next topic which we are going to discuss, it's in front of you. It is what? Difference between economic and non-economic activities. So the first point which I want to discuss with you, it is purpose objective. What is the purpose or objective of economic and non-economic activities? Economic activities, why we are doing this? Just to earn money and to create wealth. That's why we are doing it. And non-economic activities, why we are doing? Just for psychological satisfaction. That's why we are doing this non-economic activities. Second point is return. Return means what you will get if you will provide any type of the activities. So in the economic activities, like in this point, what you will get, the end result is the production. Like you have produced something. If you are doing economic activities, even you have earned income. This is the exact end result, that in the economic activities you will earn some income. And in the same way, in non-economic activities, what will happen? In non-economic activities you will get only this, what I have circled, psychological satisfaction. This you will get in the non-economic activities. Number 3, types. Economic activities, there are business, profession and employment. Like you are doing your own work, that is the business. You are running any clinic, you are running any type of the service center, that is the profession. In the same way, you are doing any type of the job, that is your employment. This is also what? Economic activities. Non-economic activities are like religious, social, parental, patriotic activities, which you are doing just for your inner peace of the mind, nothing else. You can give so many examples here, like previously we have discussed many examples. Okay, so you can give those examples in the non-economic and economic activities. Like here you can say these are the examples: teacher teaching in a school, doctor attending patients, worker working in a factory. And in the same way, here also a student praying in the temple for good marks, a boy helping a blind woman to cross the road, a housewife cooking food for her family. So this is the main difference between the economic and non-economic activities. Next point which I want to discuss with you, that is what? That is the types of economic activities. The first type is business, second type is profession, third type is employment. So one by one I will discuss all these types with you. So firstly, please concentrate on this point, that is the business. So what is the business? Business word has been taken from the word busy. Okay, like it is not there that if at home we are busy then we are doing business. No. Okay, if you are busy in doing some economic activities, okay, then we can say that yes, you are doing business. In the same way, you are doing production, you are doing purchase, you are doing sale, you are doing distribution of goods, and in this sense you are earning. It means that that is your business. For example, you are doing the work of the farming, fishing, cultivation, mining, publishing a book and all that. These are the activities, economic activities, and we can say that you are doing your business. After that, next point is the profession. What is the profession? Profession word This word is very important. In this also we are doing economic activities, but everyone cannot become the professional person, right? All the persons are not professionals, because for the profession we need proper knowledge, we need special skills, we need proper degrees from the professional bodies. Only then we can become professional persons. For example, there is a chartered accountant. If he has the degree of the chartered accountant, only then we can say that yes, he is a professional person. Like your teachers, they are also the professionals. Like the doctors, they are also the professionals. The lawyers, they are also the professionals. So I would like to say that professional is that person who is having any special kind of the degree, any special kind of the knowledge and the skills to be applied by him or in his work to provide services to the people. Next point is the employment. What is the employment? It may be defined as an economic activity in which people work for others. Like if I am doing work in the school, I am teaching you in the school, now I am teaching you online, it means that I am under employment. Okay, how I am under employment? Because I am getting salary for providing these services to the students from my employer. Now this point may come in your mind that, sir, what is employer? Employer means that person who is my owner, okay, from whom I'm getting money, I'm getting salary for providing services to my kids in the form of education. Okay, so examples are like persons who work in the bank receiving salary, working as a nurse, doctor in the hospital, and in the same way there are so many examples you can see here. I'm just doing this for you. Like you can see here, working as a labor in factory getting wages, and working in the banks, government departments, insurance companies, who are the assistants, salesman and peon. So these all persons are doing what? They are in the employment. How we can say that they are in the employment? Because they are working under some person, that's why they are in the employment. So now next topic which I want to discuss with you, that is what? That topic is the comparison between business, profession and employment. What is the business, profession and employment? I will tell you the difference between these. So firstly, the first point is what? Commencement. Okay, commencement means if we want to start something. So how we can commence the business? If you want to start a business, okay, as an entrepreneur or as a businessman, you want to start your business. To start a business, there are some legal formalities required. In the same way, if you want to do any profession, like this is the second point which I am going to discuss with you, profession. In profession also, if you want to start a profession, you need membership, you need certificate, only then you can start your profession. And in case of the employment, okay, in case of employment, employment starts after getting appointment letter. Like as soon as you will get the appointment letter from the employer, definitely your employment period will start and you will start providing the services to them, and in this way you will start getting salary also. So this was the employment. Next point, which here it is the second point. Second point is what? Nature of the work. See here on the second point, nature of the work. In business, what is the nature? In business, providing goods and services. Means this is the nature of the business, to provide goods and services to us. In profession, what is the nature? Professionals provide specialized services, personal services the professionals are providing to us, like the doctors are providing, like so many other professionals are providing. Employment, It means doing job according to the conditions, like wherever you will do job in the future, you have to follow the conditions, instructions of your employer time to time. Okay, next point is the qualification. Okay, this is the third point. Third point, in business there is no need of the minimum qualification. Like if you want to do business, there is no need of any qualification, but if you want to do a profession, there is a need of proper qualification. Okay, and in the same way, if you want to do employment, there is a necessary qualification and training required. Otherwise, it depends upon the nature of the job also, like in under which job you are going, and according to that there is a need of your things whatever they want. Fourth point is what? Capital investments. This is the fourth point. What is the fourth point? Capital investments. In business, capital means what? Might be you are nowadays, so we can say that in the business there is a need of the capital. Capital means, like in the accountancy, you are already studying that what is the capital, means the amount which we are investing in our business so that we can run with our proceedings. So capital depends upon the size of the business in this case, and in case of the profession, capital depends upon the requirements of your office. Okay, like suppose if you want to just open a doctor's clinic, I think just you need one room and inner facilities, your infrastructure, and with these small and little things you can start your profession. There is no need of any machines, there is no need of any big place, you can just start your work. It means professional needs less capital. In the same way, in employment there is no need of any capital because you are going to do a job. Okay, if you are going to do a job, they will not ask you to pay money if you want job. You just have to provide your services to them. For that they will give you the salary. It means that there is no need of any capital investments. Next is what? Fifth point is risk element. So what is the risk element in this? So in business there is a lot of risk. About which risk I am talking? Risk means there may be fire occurred in the business premises, there may be theft in the business premises, and there may be so many other risks are there in the business. So all the risks you have to bear time to time. Only you are responsible for the risk of your businesses, no other person is responsible for that. And in case of the professional, in profession, the degree of the risk is not much high. Okay, very less risk is there in the profession. Okay, ultimately your knowledge will remain with you. Like I want to say that if there is a doctor and if fire occurred in his office, he can open his office at some another place. His knowledge remains same. Like there is no fire occurred in his brain or any loss of knowledge is not there. Okay, it's just the things which were there in the office that was now burnt, but otherwise his knowledge remains same and he can start his work. So here the third point is what? In employment, the degree of the risk is nil. In employment also there is no risk degree. Okay, your employment will move on without any risk even if the business is in loss. But yes, definitely it is your duty to cooperate with your business, with your employer every time. Next point is reward or return. In business, what is the return? In business, the return is what? It is your profit. This is the return. And then in the profession, what is the profession? Profession means when we are doing our own work, we are providing services, and in profession, in return, we are getting what? We are getting the fee from the person, the professional person, the person who is providing services to the people. The doctor is providing services to the patient. The teacher is providing services to the the students. The lawyer is providing services to the clients. In that case, they all are charging fee from the students. That's why we are saying that this is a profession. Next is what? Next is in case of employment, what you will get in return? In employment, you will get what? You will get the salary from the person. Okay, the salary which they will give you, that is your return in case of this. Next point is the main purpose. Okay, so main purpose is what? In business, the main purpose is to earn the profit. It is only the main purpose. And in case of the profession, what is the main purpose in case of profession? Just to provide the services. Okay, this is the main purpose. And next, in case of the employment, what is the main purpose? The main purpose is only to earn the wages and the salaries. Okay, so we have discussed the main purpose also. Last point is transfer of the interest. Like, can you transfer your business, your profession and your employment to any other person? Is it possible? So in case of the business, this transfer is possible. Like today my business is with me. I want to sell it to one of the person who is living nearby. I told him that this is the value, please buy my business. He will purchase if he wants. It means that yes, I can transfer my business to that particular person. In the same way, can I transfer my profession to that person? If I want to transfer my profession, is it possible? No, you cannot transfer your profession to anyone. If I am a teacher, I cannot transfer my knowledge to anyone permanently. Yes, I can share my knowledge. Like at present, I am sharing my knowledge with you. Okay, you people are also understanding your subject properly. So here I mean to say that I can just share my knowledge with others, but I cannot transfer my knowledge permanently. It cannot be transferred. It is not possible. So in profession, it is not possible to transfer the title of the business. Next is what? In case of the employment. In case of the employment also, it is not possible to transfer the interest of the employment. Like if you are working somewhere, like I am working in the school, I have to go to the school daily, I have to teach the students daily. It is not possible that I am just sending someone to just go and teach the students on my place. It is not possible. Okay, so here my point is this, that in employment also it is not possible that I will transfer my interest. I cannot transfer. So these all points were the comparison between what? The comparison between the business, profession and employment, and we have discussed all these points very clearly. How can we say that yes, this is the main difference between what? Business, profession and employment. So there is one more point, that is the point number 9. What is that point? We will listen. This is the 9th point. You can see it here. 9th point is in case of the business. If there is a business, okay, what will happen if there is a business? Code of conduct. In case of the business, there is no code of conduct. See the 9th point on the top. In profession, there is proper code of conduct. You have to follow your conduct values, and whatever the professional bodies which are giving you affiliation, you have to follow that. In employment also, there are proper rules and regulations. So here I want to explain this, that proper code of conduct must be followed by all the professionals. It must be followed by the employers or employees also, but up to some extent in business there is very less portion of the code of conduct, because in the business there is no prescribed code of the conduct. So this was the topic of the difference between what? The business, employment and profession. Next I would like to discuss with you what? The concept of the business. This is the next point, concept of the business, that what is the business. So literally the word business has been derived from the word busy. I already told you that in which the people are involved in various types of the economic activities. They are doing production, they are doing distribution, they are doing trading, they are selling, they are buying goods, services, and there is only single purpose behind it, and that purpose is what? It is the earning of the profit. This is the main definition of the business. So otherwise we can say that business is what? In which only and only which activities are there? Only and only we can say that only economic activities are there in the business. So business is an economic activity which involves what? Production, purchase, sale, distribution of goods, services on regular basis. This is very important point. Business is not on partial basis, it is on regular basis. You have to do your business continuously, okay? Like we can say that if I am just running my business, I will have to run it on regular basis. It is not there that today I have opened my office, tomorrow I will not open. No, I have to run it continuously. I cannot stop in between. If I want to earn my livelihood, I have to run my business continuously. Next point is the what? Characteristics of the business. The different characteristics we will discuss here. So the first point in the characteristics of the business is what? It is an economic activity. Already discussed that in the business we are doing only what? Which activities? Economic activities. What are the economic activities? Like those activities which we are doing just to earn maximum profit. Like if we are doing any type of the charity, we are working for any sympathy, for any love, for any affection, that is not your economic activity. This is the non-economic activity. But the activities which you are doing for earning something, that is your economic activity. Second point is production and procurement of the goods and services. Production means what? Like if you are producing something, you are doing manufacturing of the goods, that is the production. You are manufacturing the goods, you are bringing raw material, converting it into the semi-finished goods, and after that you are converting it into the finished goods. It means that you are just doing what? You are just doing the trading of the business, okay? So it means production and procurement of the goods is the second characteristics of the business. Now, which is the third characteristics? It is the sale or exchange of the goods. In the business, what we are doing, we are selling and exchanging the goods and services, okay? There are two parties. One is the buyer, second is the seller. If suppose there is a bookshop, there is the owner of the bookshop, okay? That owner is doing what? That person is just selling the goods in the form of the books. The customer is doing what? Customer is buying the books from him. In this way they are just doing the exchange. We can say that it is the sale or exchange of the goods and services. Fourth point is what? In front of you, dealing in the goods and services on the regular basis. In the business we are dealing on regular basis. It is not possible that just for one day you are dealing and after that you have stopped dealing with others. No, it is not right. You have to deal regularly, okay? You have to deal on daily basis if you want that you are in the business. For example, if a person sells his furniture or his car, it is not a business activity because he is not having the showroom of the cars, he is not having the shop of the furniture, he is just selling it because maybe due to some problem he wants to sell it, okay? That is not a business. Here one picture, if you are observing in this picture, what is there, what that person is saying? There is a lady, she is saying that I have sold old newspaper for a sum of 500. Is it a business? Okay, no dear, it's not a business since you don't sell newspapers daily. She's not selling it daily, that's why it is not a business. Fifth point is what? Fifth point is the profit earning. What is the profit earning? It is the main feature of the business to earn adequate profits, to earn the wealth. Earning sufficient profit is the main part of the business. Profit helps the businessman in earning his livelihood. A businessman can only survive with the help of the profits. He always tries to earn more and more profits from the business. Sixth point you are seeing here, that is the uncertainty of the return. As you know that there are always uncertainties in the business. The business is full of so many risks are there in the business. So this is also one of the feature of the business, that is the uncertainty in the business premises. Last point is what elements of the risk. Risk is always existing in the business. As you know that the more risk we will take, the more profits we will earn. So my point is here that risk is always the part and parcel of your business. If you will think that we will prevail, we will exist just without just ignoring the risk, it is not possible. Time to time you have to bear your risk. Okay, so risk is one of the important part. Like maybe the floods are there, earthquakes are there, these all are the risk. At present you can see there is a situation of the COVID-19. Okay, we all are in our homes, we are inside of the homes and we can't go outside. There is a risk of this disease. Okay, everything is stopped in the Indian market, in the world market. Okay, and still we are surviving with the risk. It means that we can say that risk is the part and parcel of the life. So this was your 7th point. So we have done all these points which shows the different characteristics of the business. Okay, with the help of this example also you have learned that what is in fact business and how we can say that it is only to be done on the regular basis. So this was the chapter number 1st of the business study. We will proceed with it in the next video. So for the time, stay safe, stay homes. God bless you all and take care. This was the Amandeep Verma, your business studies teacher, and I hope that you will listen this video again and again to understand your important concepts. Thank you so much.